Alright guys, welcome back to the channel where today we have new updates on AEW Fight Forever, specifically in regards to CM Punk. Then we also have some new updates around WWE 2K23, including new details on some of the upcoming changes that are said to be underway. Before we get to any of that though, if you're new to the channel and you want to stay up to date with all the latest wrestling game news, then please do hit that subscribe button and turn on your notifications so that you don't miss out on future videos. So let's start out with news surrounding the inclusion of CM Punk in AEW Fight Forever, as following the recent Lights Out trailer that ended with the reveal of new artwork, there's been a lot of rumours and speculation over the absence of CM Punk and whether or not he's been removed from the game's roster. So to put those rumours to bed, a new report from Sportskeeda.com notes that they've spoken to AEW officials who have confirmed to them that CM Punk has not been removed and that he's still planned to be a part of the game's roster. This confirmation comes after Sportskeeda reached out to AEW for clarification on the game's upcoming age rating, as an image posted to Reddit showed marketing sleeves for the game which rated the game M for mature, despite the game previously being advertised as T for teen. Addressing the age rating, AEW confirmed that the game will be rated T for teen in the US market, before then addressing the old cover art that featured CM Punk, which they claimed was only ever a placeholder cover and that the game's official cover was the one shown in the latest trailer. So this confirms that the cover art for the game has been updated, and despite being featured prominently on the placeholder cover, CM Punk is nowhere to be seen on the game's official cover art, though he is still set to be included on the game's roster. Doubling down on this, Sportskeeda notes that AEW representatives have stated that if anyone already shown to be a part of the game needs to be removed, then they will make an official announcement about this to fans. Now, this confirmation also backs up what was previously stated by Tony Khan, as responding to fan questions, the AEW owner stated that stars that were originally planned for the game, such as Cody Rhodes, will still be a part of the game's roster despite them no longer being under contract. Before we move on, let me take a moment to tell you about today's sponsor, The Ridge. Last year, I switched over to the Ridge wallet and I threw my old wallet in the bin, as I've found that I much prefer how small and compact the Ridge wallet is, as unlike traditional wallets that are large and bulky, the Ridge wallet has a really modern, sleek design that doesn't stick out in your pocket. Depending on your preference, there's also a ton of colours and materials that you can choose from, with my current preference being carbon. Recently, I also tried out Ridge's new key case, which is a really useful way to store your keys, as rather than have them jangle together on a keyring, the key case allows you to fold the keys in, which makes for a much quieter and compact design. If you want to pick one up, to get the best offer, head on over to ridge.com/Smacktalks, and right now you can save up to 40% through December 22nd. That's ridge.com/Smacktalks for up to 40% off. Up next, let's talk WWE 2K, specifically WWE 2K23, as we have some new details surrounding what is claimed to be 2K's upcoming plans for WWE 2K23. This news comes courtesy of Mike Straw of MikeStrawMedia.com, who you may remember was the same person to reveal several details last year ahead of the release of WWE 2K22. In a post on his website, Mike has shared several details that he's obtained from sources close to the game, though he does note that these details are not 100% confirmed, as he would usually wait to have them confirmed by multiple sources before posting, though in this case, he wanted to share some of the things that he's heard, as he thinks it'd be a fun topic to talk about. So with that in mind, what we're about to discuss isn't yet officially confirmed. Technically, these are more rumours and speculation. So what does Mike have to say? Well, first off, Mike claims that WWE 2K23 will see MyGM feature mid-card singles titles and more customization for players. If true, this should be great news for fans of MyGM, as one of the biggest complaints when the game was launched was the lack of championships, as originally MyGM only contained men's and women's world titles, though following feedback and criticism from players, 2K did patch in tag titles, though mid-card titles like the US or the Intercontinental Championship were nowhere to be seen. The next tease relates to the control system, as Mike shares that 2K's current plan is to have the controls remain largely unchanged, aside from a couple of small improvements to mechanics. Now, this note is one that will likely divide fans, as I've come across a lot of players that have grown to enjoy the controls in 2K22, though there is still a large percentage of players that prefer the older control system used in 2K19. Now, if Mike is correct, and plan for 2K23 is to primarily keep the same controls that we've seen in 22, then I don't think this is necessarily a bad thing, though I do think they could tweak the controls a little bit just to make things a little bit easier. Staying with gameplay changes, Mike claims that the only larger gameplay change will come in the form of a brand new pinning system. This change is one I could definitely see happening, as the pin system tends to be one of the mechanics that changes frequently, with 2K22 even going one step further in offering players a choice, as the options menu already allows players to pick between rapidly pressing the button or holding it to kick out. As for the overall gameplay, the article notes that gameplay has received a number of improvements both to collision and overall flow. Unlike some of the other notes, this one is pretty vague, and it's more of a general update that you would expect to see, as 2K tend to try and improve things like collision on a yearly basis. Up next we have the dreaded MyFaction, where we're set to see multiple improvements and additions, though nothing specific has been shared. So again, this one is more of a general update I think we're all expecting, as I would imagine that MyFaction will be a big part of 2K's plans going forward, as despite a lot of the negativity around the mode, from 2K's point of view there's a lot of money to be made from it, and I'm sure that's something that they're going to go all in on. Now, while a big focus on MyFaction tends to feel inevitable, my hope is that they will at least listen to the feedback of the players and the community as a whole, as we've all made our feelings clear when it comes to 2K locking characters behind paywalls and not allowing players to use them in exhibition, so hopefully that's something that they will listen to and we at least see this addressed in 2K23. The last bullet point listed in the article claims that the development team have made it their desire to include the War Games match, at least for a few years now, though as of right now, Mike says that he wasn't able to get any confirmation on whether or not we'll see War Games in WWE 2K23. Now, while that may sound disappointing, it's not to say that we won't see War Games, as there is still every chance that we could see it. It might just be a case that 2K want to keep it a surprise, as War Games is without doubt one of the most requested match types, especially now that it's made its debut on the main roster. So that's all of the updates that Mike shared in the article. However, he did tease one other update in the comments, as he was asked if we could see any new legends like Rick or Scott Steiner, to which Mike responded that while he can't confirm the Steiners, there are new legends coming, including a few that fans will really love. While Mike didn't give any names, the news that 2K may be looking to add several new legends is definitely something to get excited about, especially when Mike says that the Legends fans will really love, as we could see 2K look to further freshen up the Legends roster on the back of WWE 2K23, which are already seeing the return of several legends like Doink the Clown, Umaga and Stacy Keibler. So that's the latest rumours and speculation, courtesy of Mike Straw. He tends to be quite reliable when it comes to sharing early info, as he proved last time in the run up to 2K22, so if you want to keep up to date with everything that Mike shares, you can follow him over on Twitter at Mike Straw Media. Anyway guys, that's the latest roundup of wrestling game news. Let me know your thoughts on all of today's updates in the comments, and if you're not already, please do hit that subscribe button to stay up to date with all the latest wrestling game news. Until next time though, thank you so much for watching, have yourself an awesome day, and I'll catch you later.